Hi there, my name is Morgan Rysdon and I'm the creator of Center Studio, where I teach people skills to feel more comfortable more often. Now this video I'm creating is all about the whispered ah. This is a procedure of Alexander's that he teaches individuals a way in which they can open up and free up their breathing. So you can think of it as an exercise to practice better use of your breath and to free up your ribs to allow for natural air to come in. Some people think of it as deep breathing. And what I mean by that is not Alexander technique teachers per se, but I feel like people who come to me from yoga backgrounds or exercising a lot or just practicing mindfulness in general, be it meditation or anything similar to that, they have this idea of deep breathing. And in Alexander technique, our form of deep breathing is called the whispered ah, and it's what allows our air to be completely exhaled to allow for the natural reflexive breath to come back in. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate it for you all, and then I'll give you a moment to try it on your own with me. Okay, so first thing to think about is that you want your body to be as relaxed as possible. So I'm actually standing up. I usually do my videos seated, but I'm standing today. And I think for you all, it might be helpful to either be in maybe a bathroom where there's a mirror available to you, or maybe even lying down. Maybe you're doing constructive rest, or you're in Shavasana after a yoga practice, or maybe you're just in bed. Okay, so be in a place where you feel like you're really comfortable, your body is nice and relaxed. And once you feel like you're at a place where you're nice and easy in your body, the first thing I'm gonna have you think of is something that brings a smile to you. So for me, for a number of years, I always thought about my dog, Olive. Actually, let's not lie. Even though she's died, I still think of my dog, Olive, when I do this. I just think of her because she was so adorable and so cute. And every time I think of Olive, it brings a smile to my eyes. So you think of something that makes you smile and brings this sort of uplift into the cheeks, okay? So that there's not, I guess I think of it as not taking yourself too seriously when you do the whispered ahs, okay? So you're gonna start with thinking of something that brings a smile to you. And from there, you're gonna open up your mouth. Simple as that. Now, oftentimes people do this. They'll go, okay, I'm ready. And they take a breath. No, friends, that's cheating, okay? So you don't have to take an inhale. This is not about breathing in. Air will naturally come to you, I promise, okay? It's about instead opening up your mouth and letting your air out. Okay, so after I've let out all my air, then naturally, lips closed, air comes in through my nostrils. Okay, so the air is going to be replaced because I'm letting out all of my air. It's a natural reflexive ability of ours. Thank goodness we don't have to think about breathing all the time, every day, right? So it's something that naturally is going to occur. And so when you practice the whispered ah, think about, am I taking a breath or am I just really letting my air out? A trick that I think of. Okay, sometimes I think of the following. You know when you've been someplace and somebody that you love, maybe it's a partner, maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's a roommate or a friend or a sibling or whatever, somebody you feel really comfortable with, and they do something, they say something or what have you that irritates you, okay? And yet for whatever reason, in the environment that you're in, the situation that you're in, you don't really want to address it at that moment, right? There's that sort of little sigh that we sometimes do where it's like, I'll deal with that later, right? That little exhale, let it go. I'm going to talk about it to, whoever later. That's kind of something that I think about or keep in mind when I do the whispered ah, is that I'm letting air leave. Versus, okay, I'm going to do my whispered ah. And then, because now you've already filled up more, and the whole purpose again, as a reminder, is to let the air out. So you're going to focus on letting the air out. Now I'm going to come closer to the camera and show you the following. It's really important to notice your throat and your tongue as you do this exercise. Ideally, your neck is going to be really relaxed. The muscles of the neck are relaxed, your face is relaxed and easy. And of course, you've got this smile behind the eyes, so you have this sort of upward flow of energy up near your cheeks and into your head. So there's this sort of opposition happening here where there's creating room for your breath to come in and go out, okay? And when you breathe, pay attention when you're looking in the mirror, friends, to where your tongue is resting in your mouth. So I'm gonna have to look at my camera to do this, but for example, you wouldn't want to go, because you see my tongue is in the middle of my mouth. It's coming out this way, and it's actually interrupting the flow of my air coming out. So instead, it would be, you can see all the way back to my tonsils. So I'm tilting my head so you guys can see. But the idea would be that my mouth opens because my jaw lets go and my tongue is relaxed at the bottom of my mouth. So it comes out. That time I didn't think of a smile behind my eyes. I was really concentrating, making sure I was giving you a good example. But for when you do this, pay attention when you're in your bathroom or you're in front of a mirror and you're doing this at your home, that you notice what's happening to your neck muscles or your mouth. Maybe you feel a little bit of tension when you do this. Maybe it feels tight. And that's okay. You're just starting to do this. You're just starting to play around and practice. I wouldn't take it too seriously. I would keep it light and keep it fun. So you're just practicing letting your air out. Lips closed, air comes in through the nose, fills up and out. Now, if you're lying down, let's say you're at home and you're doing this at night, place your hands on your ribs, right? You've got, they say 12 ribs. You have 24. You actually have 2 sets of ribs on either side. So in total, there's 24 bones here. And the ribs really move all the way, 3-dimensionally. They're moving in and out with both the inhale and the exhale. So I always think about breathing into my back, breathing up into my armpits. An interesting fact, friends, your top rib is above your collarbone. I know, crazy. But the top rib is actually above your clavicle, which I always find really interesting. So sometimes when I practice this, I think to myself, oh yeah, I could even potentially breathe a little bit up a little higher into that area. So whatever thoughts are going to help you along the way, I'm going to suggest that you give it a try. And of course, keep it light, keep it fun. Don't do more than 3 or 4 at a time. You give yourself a break, go back to doing the dishes or what have you. Brush your teeth before you floss. Maybe you do another 3 whispered ahs. So that again, you get into this routine of just practicing letting your air completely out. Lips closed, air comes in through the nose, fills up much deeper, and then out again. So I hope that you will give this a try on your own at home. Again, this is just a sort of beginner video for those of you who are interested in Alexander's Whispered Ah. And if you haven't already, friends, I would love if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can do so by hitting the button below. Okay, until next time, friends, take care. Ciao.